BreakFest in an IHOP banquet hall in Fayetteville, Georgia, having a good time seeing how everybody came through for the first Street Fighter 6 monthly of Zonebreakers. Got Dogi Sandwich, Coach. Coach, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. We seeing some old faces, some real old faces,
Bruh,
some new faces.
we have dug up some fossils for Street Fighter 6. We have like cracked open the ancient scriptures that you said yourself. There are only 4 people in this room. I guess technically 5 people who knows who is sitting on the stream right now. Only 5 people know of the legends of the Minister of Defense.
Best to ever down back, man.
Nice to see who Street Fighter 6 is bringing back out into the wild. And gonna have to see how he's doing in the second round against a normal around here in these parts, an Astral Wolf.
Yep, we got Astro playing JP, one of the newcomers, known for his zoning, screen control, but he also is capable of running offense off of it. If he can get past the gauntlet, of course.
The gauntlet of the Minister of Defense's Guile, who's walking forward, waited for the jump, got a nice flash kick to put Astral back into the corner, but there is a parry.
Almost got the combo off of it, quite missed it, but we're gonna keep running this screen control.
Yeah, the more important thing is just stifle the offense, and Minister of Defense fading back. Doesn't have much of a drive meter to work with, only has a bar, so wanting to pump the brakes, doesn't want to get burnt out just yet.
Ooh, good call out on the teleport with a back jump.
Good looks. And was looking for it again. You see, very active defenses from the Minister of Defense, really living up to the name. Has shown a flash kick, has shown a couple of air-to-airs, specifically holding on to the space, fading away. Going over the top this time to close out the first round.
Yeah, you can just tell Minister of Defense is feeling comfortable despite everything that's going on. Not trying to rush through, not trying to force anything to happen. Just letting it naturally flow out and not letting JP, get to him.
Well, he came in a little too close, got cleaned up with a drive impact there, but wasn't a full conversion, so not the worst just yet.
I think crowd champion here from JP starting things out for Astro Wolf.
Yeah, and it's enough to calm the Minister down for a second, send him back full screen. And that's something that Astral's got to be a little careful of. That's the second time he's tried to come through in the portal. Off the mark this time, so a better outcome than the first time, but has the lead to work with, so didn't really need to push the issue at that point.
All right, using that ghost to just kind of keep that mid-screen under control.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Big hit there, but not the conversion that you generally see from JP.
How you used to say the hit quality is very low on that
The
one?
hit quality was quite low. So you see him with that EX spike. We haven't seen a ton of spike action, but just enough. Reverse blocked.
I want to say that's the third one he's thrown so far. Ooh.
Yeah, Minister of Defense just chilling in a burnout. Not a worry in the world.
Not really, because yeah, even though this would be the go time for Astral, Astral's been very content to playing the neutral at that point, so huge opportunity gone, and it's going to be really scary if the Minister can get in and break the gauge. Doesn't need to with a flash kick, only needs one more good hit. And is wearing away, parrying to try to keep it alive, but we also got to keep the eyes on the clock, 10 ticks.
Yeah, Astro Wolf may not be paying just too much attention to the clock. They're still trying to play that slow burn neutral, get a little hit, back out a little bit, with time's running out.
Right.
It's a health deficit. At some point, you got to do something.
Might be one of the weird people who turns the time off, doesn't think about it.
Gonna go to that old Street Fighter 4 lobby with the infinite timer match.
Oh, no. Hey, that's where the Minister was born, though.
All right.
All right.
Oh, man. Still use from the portal spikes there.
I'm trying to figure out what the empty neutral jump crouch strong was about, but guess I'm thinking too much about it. Ooh, stop the rush with a spike, good look. And a trade for Astral, pushing Minister all the way back full screen. And see, that's what I was talking about earlier. This is yet another better result, making contact this time, but that was space that didn't need to be given away. Able to find the sweep and close out the first round, but not the cleanest one from Astral, I would say.
It was an unusual time to up your aggression, given how they've been playing the whole time, He hadn't been rushing in before.
Right.
A little awkward in here.
You want to play now?
All right, that's 6 whiffs in a row. We ended with EX boom.
We'll hit one of them eventually, maybe. We'll think about it.
Yeah, Astro Wolf contained in the corner. And this is kind of where JP shows some of his limits.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his stuff is reactable at this range. But Mr. Defense staying true to that name, not really pushing the issue too much.
Goes for the solid puncher, level 2, just to throw some booms, especially with the burnout there. So this is good chip to put on the table. Steps in behind the boom with the forward mid kick, closes out the round. Good looks.
Yeah, Asher Wolf's trying to play Guile's game, playing that mid range, trying to be pokey, and it is kind of forgetting that ability of JP to have speed control.
Bro, we're like 15 seconds into this match, and Astros almost burnt out. Finds a couple of hits to stabilize a little bit, but still looking kind of scary, especially since he's abandoned the range game at all and is trying to get in on the Minister defense. Finds a jump in, so this is good.
Yep. So one of his big convergence supers. Really good stuff there.
And holding on to one for a rainy day. But getting clipped by the EX boom is not good at all. Doesn't have an anti-air there. He's asleep at the wheel, so that lets the Minister in. Fade away, jump forward to close out game 2.
That guy got that black eye, but he made it out.
So what a way for us to start us off here. Good first round, good first game to get us warmed up to Street Fighter 6. I say getting warmed up for Zonebreakers. It's actually the second tournament they had for Street Fighter 6. First one was last Friday for Breakout at Team Net over in Mora. So one of the communities in the state of Georgia that's getting up to speed for Street Fighter 6, trying to get everybody some offline competition.
Yep. All right, looks like we got a couple of stepping up to the stations.
Skyblaze, unless I'm crazy, is another name that's usual suspect around these parts. I couldn't put games on him off the top of my head.
The so-called second best Manon in the state.
Really?
That's what he said.
Who's number 1?
I don't know.
At least he's humble. They're going to be squared up against Baby Brawl. Go through this extensive button test, y'all. That's something I got to look for as people do this. If anybody's bold enough to bring out the modern controls.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like some people made the case for Martin Luke like being better than their base character, or at least on par.
Right.
So there's Manon and there's Jamie. You know the other little co-protagonist there. Manon known as a snowball character. It's almost like play her in a way where you just give up the first round just to get your medals and then just go wild in the second round.
Yeah.
Because the damage of a command grab is that threatening. And you got Jamie, whose moveset increases a pretty fair bit as he drinks. So we gotta see if they got the drinks on deck.
Yeah, hold on. Skyblaze got some reactions. As DBJ would say, has shown that he is under 30 years old.
Oh God. I already got 3 medals, so Baby Brawl is not in a great position.
Not at all. Especially since those are going to carry over between the rounds.
It's the 4th one.
Jeez, that was half of what was left. Don't get grabbed again.
Okay, Baby Brawl comes back with that counter DI. Let's see what we got in the bank. We get some drinks. Unfortunately, drinks don't carry over.
Right. So this corner's looking so scary. Trying to find anything and just... It's not a sweep. I don't know move names yet, but that's a low one. Looks like a sweep. Gets the first round.
That's not a sweep. That's like her little pirouette. She has a middle one, a slow one, and one where she kind of leaps.
Right.
So it's not like your Vegas slide. It's just gonna come out. You gotta be ready. So now Baby Brawl is in a precarious position, but this is a good way to kind of mitigate the threat of those medals. Is just be on your own offense.
Right. Got 3 drinks, so...
It's a command grab for some reason, but Skyblaze doesn't whiff one.
They throw them back, and that one's going to be a lot scarier for Baby Brawl back on the wall, so that's going to be a confirm for Skyblaze. And you see the fear jumping with the anti-air, and that's big, because that's all the meter on the floor. And that's the 5th medal.
Yep, so that's it. I mean, I guess Baby Brawl felt the need to try something, and this game goes by so fast.
Yeah. This is an adjustment. We don't have to wait for a B trigger or anything. This is kind of good.
we just in the next match. All right, so we back. Baby Brawl's taking a little slow this time. Doesn't want to give the Olympian those gold medals this time.
Yeah, but this is leading to the problem that was, or one of the problems that was coming up in the first game, where Baby Brawl is just willingly walking into the corner at this point. Doesn't have a lot of room to work with. And Skyblaze is doing a good job until I started opening my mouth. They're not trying to push the issue too much, not looking for cross-ups, and just taking the space. 2 medals in the first round and a lot of life to close it out.
Oh, at least 2 medals is a lot less threatening in round 2.
Yeah.
All right, and now there goes the third one.
I kind of feel like the medals don't mean too much at this point. Like, they do,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, Baby's just got to fight through Manon and get on the board at all. Gets the cross under, so this is a bit of a start, but immediately Skyblaze waking up and retaliating.
Yeah, Baby Brawl is like getting some hits, but there's no, in the confirms, but there's no like real follow up. There's no real aggression after it. And so Skyblaze just goes back to plan A.
Right? Oh, wait a second. This is looking pretty good.
Just the dive kick, but no problems here.
Wasn't ready for the jump, so that allowed the tick to come in for Skyblaze, taking a good chunk, coming in with the drive rush confirmed, into the super, into game 2.
And we ain't got the killer bar, so we don't get to hear the singing. All right, yeah, that was moments with Baby Brawl, but that was pretty much the Skyblaze show. This Baby Brawl, outside of that one instance in that last round, we never really saw any real aggression pushing the issue.
Right.
Just kind of waited for Manon, which is kind of something you don't want to do. You don't want her to act on her own initiative.
Tried to cut her off for the past couple of times, was looking for dashes and stuff with the dive kick, and Skyblaze patiently waiting, letting Baby Brawl hang himself.
Yep. A poke here and there, then you get that EX, spin in there and grab. Like, you kind of got to be active in that range against her, give her something to kind of deal with.
Active in the range or get out of it. Take
Or
your
get
pick.
out of it. That's another one.
Oh, is this it? Hold on. This is gonna be a good one.
What we got next?
Oh,
No.
Oh, you see this? Yeah.
So we got early Street Fighter 4 era versus late Street Fighter 4 era right here. I say middles because he has been to a revival.
That is true, yeah. That's like your that's the age certification right there. Have you been to a revival?
Yeah.
Totally understandable. As we sit here and watch people try to figure out the Rubik's Cube of a PS5.
Trying to figure out who owns these pancakes that just entered the room.
Yeah, one of the benefits of coming out to BreakFest is if you get top 3 in any event, along with a cash prize, you get a free stack of pancakes. So if you're trying to come in, cash out, and get your grub on, you'll pull up next month.
Yeah, a little new me is eating good. Yeah, so we're going to have a good old Kyle. Minister of Defense is known for. And get paid by playing several characters. But he is zoned in on Cammy. As a character with good buttons and plays the game or Street Fighter 6 very well.
You're right.
I told him to his face, I'm like, look, man, I think you're going to get mad and pick Maritza. Or he might be going through it in the beginning. Maybe you don't believe in the back knuckle.
Might not. It's so. I don't want to literally say it's a new thing in Cammy's arsenal, but it's a newer thing to see Cammy's do because it hasn't been like the best of tools in the past iterations, but pretty strong now, to say the least. But yeah, I see Painbot's going through the trials and tribulations over here on the character select screen.
It's definitely having a journey. So you got Marissa with those longish buttons. They're not the fastest, but they control the space in front of her pretty well. Obviously, she has armor. She has a little stance. So I guess that's what Painbot might want to lean on. Pump those fireballs and then check what Guile's doing.
Right. Can poke through at range. It's also where she gets her command throw at.
Yep.
Here we go. And drive rushing in, just getting a little bit of information. Also getting space. As you see Painbot already pushing into the Minister Defense's space. And the Minister's just been holding down back. That's what you expect out of Guile. Trying to creep out of his hole, step out of his stoop, got shoved back into the corner for it, and here comes Painbot.
And you see Paybot's very clever, just backing up just enough to give Minister of Defense and send him to poke.
Ooh.
That should be it. It's like back up a little, and then Minister of Defense takes the bait and then tries to poke out, only to hit the armor.
And it's got to be a little infuriating to go to the flash kick at the end. Painbot was able to slip through the defenses and get through the first round. But here we are in the second bout.
Might get demoted to the chairman of the defense at this moment.
Got to be careful with it.
All right, there we go. Got the pokes on deck. Got the flash kick anti-airs. So Painbot now has to aggressively play the game of Guile.
Put himself in burnout for it, but has the good position. As long as he doesn't give up a cross-up, it's not going to be the worst case in the world. Minister of Defense with the EX flash kick, which just gets the space. Might have been a nice time to try to throw light to get the cross-up, but here comes Painbot again. Drive meter at the ready, but is not going to get a chance to use it. Cleaned up with a flash kick, 1-1.
Right after that beautiful jump over the EX boom. Superman punch. Definitely had an advantage.
And staying grounded this time. Painbot's been okay with weathering through the booms. Been blocking him this time. Last round was opting to jump through, so has shown different responses to what's been thrown in front of him.
I just realized, I think Painbot did the first drive impact on the stream. I don't think we saw one in the last match.
Drive impact?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some because they traded in the beginning.
Oh, that's right. Painbot there. Well, we got both in burnout. But Marissa's on top of Guile, so.
Ooh.
And the throw attacks giving so much space is huge for characters like Guile, for sure.
Right. I don't want to say the bigger thing, but another big thing was just the fact that Minister was able to slip to the backside just to get the break, so has the break in more real estate to work with. So if that was going to go any longer, it was going to be obnoxious for Painbot.
Minister of Defense puts one on the board, showing why he was elected.
And so maybe Painbot is a little upset and frustrated with the character choice, like you said, but has good reasons for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Going to have a more direct route to challenging the booms. Also is going to have a way to change the trajectory of jumps with cannon strikes as well.
Yeah, he definitely has the tools to call out fireballs. And the walk speed is just kind of go where she needs to be.
And faster buttons too, which is something that Marissa gets cited for time and time again. It's almost like she's just kind of a better character. Not looking like that so far as Painbot is already down well under half life as the Minister of Defense has not moved.
Yeah, Minister of Defense has been a big wall. We got to jump forward here. That's just to take off the last net drive meter.
Right, fade away, jump forward just to make some space. I think that was jump light actually, jump short. It was an air to air. The fact that Painbot still hasn't gotten in until now. And it's just one. Ooh!
Yeah. Hey, it's not so fun when you got a drive impact on your own hand.
Right. And it was kind of unfortunate because Painbot could have waited just a little bit more to get the meter back, but felt the need to push the issue there. Got the hand check to put Minister of Defense in the corner, so this is a good start, much better than the first round, but there was a sweep. Drive rushing in, gets another hand check. And this one just taking a throw. You'll loop it up.
How many? You going for three? Nope.
He ain't from the Ojo, man. He can't hang with us. But we got to be careful. He's really close to finally getting on the board, but the script has been flipped. Either way, a low forward gets him there.
Goes right into the EX boom. Already in a bad position. Minister of Defense getting real comfortable there.
Ooh. Another whiff punish from Painbot.
Dive rush confirmed. Very, very cautious of the flash kick.
Right. And he's been cleaned up quite a few times. There's another one there. That wasn't a perfect one, but I mean, the job gets done nonetheless.
That's what you get for challenging the hitbox Guile. Feverless Guile, however you want to place it.
Yeah, you got to be careful out there. It might start coming for people.
Alright, okay. Dive kick. Doesn't do the full combo, but gets another hit nonetheless. Yeah, there it is.
Get out of here. full screen, but still stuck in the corner. Hooligan over the boom to get back in. And see, this is the situation we saw Painbot in earlier, getting a little bit closer this time, but a throw, and that's a big back throw. Wait a second.
Cammy has that level 3 stocked up, so Minister of Defense needs to be careful. But I don't even think Paintbot's looking for it.
Yeah. I was gonna make a joke about it at some point, but like in all seriousness, you can tell that Paintbot is not a homegrown Georgia Cammy, if you will. It's like not one to just throw caution to the wind. Like there was no errant drills.
Yeah, yeah.
There was no I think it's her level 2. Yeah, Killer Bee's her level 2. None of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Like was patiently waiting, trying to walk down. I think the only time he's really tried to do anything that was off the wall, and it wasn't even really off the wall. There was one ES cannon strike in the in the first round. But other than that, just controlled. Not enough control to get past the defenses, though. And that you could argue that's what came back to haunt him, or what bit him. However you want to frame it.
I think he can just kind of see like Paintbot's natural style of leaning into the neutral, quote unquote. But the idea of pressing his will on somebody is not something that's generally in his repertoire.
All right.
And Cammy, that's where she shines, arguably.
Yeah, the Minister of Defense looking pretty sharp. Looking honestly a lot sharper than I would have imagined, seeing as we haven't seen him for an entire iteration of a game.
Yeah. So we got two familiar faces up here. Arsenal, Joel. I saw Joel playing Cammy himself. I don't know if he's going to bring out the youth tournament, but Arsenal is playing Jury.
Was he actually playing Cammy? I thought he was playing Ken over there.
When we first got here, but when he first walked in, he was playing. The Ken player was Jarvis.
Ah. I was just convinced. I looked over there and I was like, all right, I see a Ken and a Cammy. He's playing a Shoto. That's what I get for thinking. That's actually surprising to think about, but I kind of imagine that that shows or says a little bit about what Joel thinks of. I don't want to say Shotos in general, but like the Shoto game plan, maybe specifically fireballs, and would value normals and walk speed more so than a projectile game, which is very reasonable in a game with parries and whatnot. But
yeah,
it's amusing to think about in the downtime, you know?
Yeah.
No, give me my bracket back, please. Do I have to go all the way over here? I do.
Looks like it's going as planned.
Second?
Looks like it's going as planned. All right, big whiff punish start from Joel. Gets the corner in the damage. Gonna start the throw game.
Two of them.
All right, this is the meeting for the third attempt.
Yeah, also missed the input for the cannon strike as well, so that's going to land him squarely in the corner against Arsenal, who has one stock. Ooh.
Arsenal's corner controls pretty well, but Joel manages to get a nice little hit out of there. Gets the cross up, back into the corner. What we got?
Just patiently poking around.
And no rush, no rush.
And that's actually something that, as a side note, I'm going to have to get used to seeing is the fact that, like, at the end of a round, like, EXs are still a threat.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that EX strike, and I was like, wait a second, are we really about that? It's like, yeah, that is totally a thing.
Kind of like awkward poking war. But decides to get things started with a drive rush and manages to land a hit.
Ooh, but here comes Arsenal. Gets a good throw, fighting for the center stream, but wasn't ready for the dash and low. And that was just a raw dashing, no drive behind it. Good jump, though. Gets out of the corner.
Catches the throw, but does not complete the combo. That was Arsenal's big chance to probably end the round with a level 3.
Yeah, he's still in a good spot, though. Not the worst, except for the burnout.
And we got double burnout at least.
And the throw's going to take the lead. Aye.
Gotta do something. And no invincibility in burnout.
Yeah. Maybe some meter could have been a missed input. Like I know you mentioned that I didn't look down there to see how much meter Arsenal had. Not like I actually know Jury Supers off the top of my head, so I'm assuming one of them has to be invincible.
Feel like across the board, level 3 always is.
Yeah. Kind of surprised that Joel put himself in burnout so early on and didn't get anything from it, but like a really consistent thing is being able to push somebody in the corner with burnout so that you have a lot of room to retreat.
Seeing Arsenal finally use that strategy of using Jury's fireball to build up stocks and just control the space because it's really slow and active.
But here comes Joel pushing again, but got picked off, so this is going to be Arsenal. Staying out of the corner for now, both of them dangerously low to burnout. Joel's willing to go for a second one in a round.
All right, just poking and prodding. Well, it's moving. Yeah, this is that awkward situation. It's like you don't have the invincibility, so you gotta quote unquote take it.
Right? And if I remember correctly, I want to say Jury Stand Strong is actually one of the few plus buttons in the game.
Yeah, there's a few scattered out in the cast. It's just usually not on lights.
Right.
All right, good confirm from Joel.
He's been kind of deep in the corners and allowing Arsenal to jump out, but it's not letting him go out for free. So it's not the worst. It just makes it more of an inconvenience. And there's an errant drill from Joel that gets a punish. Not the biggest punish, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal was trying to take a good grip and one after the fact.
All right, Joel taking full advantage of the burnout state, but Arsenal's about to leave it. So Joel just wants to kind of get some relief from himself, but yeah, he tried to jump, dance back in, and Arsenal was ready.
Didn't have the first confirmed, but able to get a little bit more out of the second one. Ooh! Low forward into Feng Shui.
Fortunately, they got the full combo.
Right.
But it's still a really good situation.
You know, when I think about it, I'm kind of surprised they didn't just do the level 3 at that point. Just like for the flat damage, especially since that was the last round. But we're talking about it. They're playing.
That's true.
Attack. Yeah, just marching in after the stand strong. It's after the chain. And Joel's ready for that. Big punish on the whiff there. On the miss there.
Ooh, little whiff punish.
Yeah.
Second throw.
Yo,
The third one?
do you hang with us? Nah.
Nope.
Nobody hangs with us, man. See, this is really why I need to get over there and play and remind people what's up.
Alright. Well, just a little bit of danger, but jabs his way out of there.
Sitting on match point, I believe. I think we're still in 2 out of 3s.
Yeah.
Sonata wasn't entirely clear when he was going to change it. We'll figure it out, though. Good pinwheel. Get your hands off me. Gets the roundhouse as well. Getting that space. I wonder if Arsenal has, like, any kind of reaction for his spin knuckles. Like, I know it's fast. And even if I didn't know, I can see it. But that's, like, prime parry bait right there, you know?
Yeah, especially from that far, you think he's looking for it. But Joel has definitely been shown to drive and rush in and use his bar.
And for the fact that I say that and I see Joel willing to dash at that range, might be the reason why Arsenal's a little hesitant to throw it out there. But Feng Shui for the plus frames. Not the cleanest pressure afterwards, so allows Joel to slip off the hook, who puts himself in burnout one more time. But again, is willing to put himself in burnout when he's like in Arsenal side of the screen, has him jacked up in the corner, so has a lot of space to work with. Not being threatened by a wall behind him. But even with that, crouch strong from Arsenal, drive rush, gets him tied up 1-1 in the last game.
You can just tell that Joel just has a pretty good preference for Cammy's EX tools. So the game slows down pretty considerably once he hits burnout. Yeah, spin knuckle hits the mark.
And you see he's still trying to push Arsenal into the corner, has him there. We're looking for throws again. Get off him.
Joel just falls back in and just gets back to work.
Finds another fierce, and with that, is going to shut the door on Arsenal's winners bracket. Hold 2-1 for Joel. we live in a world where Joel's actually going to have a good sit down with Darius at some point. Think
Oh
about
no.
that. I see. This is where if I could give it, this is where I'd have the picture. I don't know if I've shown you the picture. It was sometime when they were playing in five. I think it was a house session at KB's house.
Oh, he's sitting in the corner,
Yeah,
looking at the wall.
Darius. Yeah, Darius is just yelling at the wall.
Oh, he's actually playing Kimberly in this game. He played Guy in four, but little he did.
That doesn't surprise me, but that surprises me. It makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, huh. I thought he would still be a Cammy enthusiast.
Yeah, me too.
Hmm.
We got Shadow Ace and Skyblaze back up. Shadow Ace, who was on Paybot's wanted poster. Paybot was gunning for him, but he fell to the loser. So if he's gonna collect the bounty, he's gonna have to struggle to stay alive.
Yes.
Paybot's still in winners. Ace is still in winners.
Right. Ace plays Lily, yeah. And you want to talk about somebody I thought would be like a Kimberly player. Lily, I can see fitting the bill as well, especially after seeing how she functions or getting the big picture of how she functions.
Right.
So slightly surprising, but it seems up to speed for an Ace character.
Yeah. Generally, if it has a big burst of movement in some way, he's generally going to be fond of it.
Right. I mean, to fit that bill, he also could have been a JP. Like literally a big burst of move across the screen. Plus frames if you get a good call. Good confirm if it's even better.
So the only other 360 character versus Badon.
Let's see where we go with this.
All right, just as charges in front of Skyblaze. Skyblaze was not quite ready for it.
I don't think anybody was.
So he gets that second charge, burns it immediately. There's that +1 Condor Spire that the internet does not like.
Gets to dive in with plus frames and then has a 4 frame afterwards. Like, it's a 4 frame mid, but still 4 frame nonetheless. And I want to say Ace has shown like all of the new mechanics so far already. Already had an impact, had a reversal, drive rush, parry as well. Out there with the strongs. Diving from the skies.
Next charge, gonna go ahead and get in it for
2 of them.
tries to catch Ace in the air with the little pirouette, does not quite work out. There's a drive reversal. Drive reversal is invincible, but it does not reach very far.
Right.
Pretty much every character. Not the biggest punish for Skyblaze. Again, nonetheless, we got that second medal. And again, if Skyblaze gets his third medal and still doesn't win, that's still to be a win.
It's understandable. Only 2 though, but 2's not bad. 2's not bad, especially if he can get the round, but he has to get this round for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Right, he's leaning very heavily on Lily's poking game. She definitely outrages Manon in the jump sense.
Hey. Doesn't want to use the range though, runs into an impact. I'm taking a back throw here.
Charging up. It's Condor Spire time. Dive rushing. Really even his game, but Ace is taking control with a big cross up.
Right. And you can see that they're both kind of paying attention to each other. Skyblaze is just walking but fearful that a Condor Spire is coming. Ace sees that sees what's in front of him, doesn't want to commit to it, and that's where he was looking to take the cross up a little bit earlier, but just preying on the fact that Skyblaze is a little flat-footed looking for the dive in.
And that's kind of smart. Like, he gets a charge, and he just uses the threat of it without actually just bulldozing in.
Oh, is that what this is? We were missing our triple buttons. Oh no. Oh.
Oh no. Maybe those triple buttons are just for blocking.
The dash buttons.
Oh man.
The dash button, but I mean this is a reasonable choice. Manon was not looking good at all. So if you want to cite somebody for being a mobile, elusive player, why not pick a character that has mobility and elusiveness as well to chase down?
Right. And I don't know if Lily has like strong punishes from Wonka Ball. Especially the heavy one that goes back basically full screen. Right, uses that stock to get in there. An advantage.
And a fadeaway jump strong for the knockdown. Got to be mindful of that. Uh, she has a jump strong target combo, which does knock down. Oh, here's a drive rush or a
See if you
drive
got
impact.
those. Got the knockdown. Not quite in the corner since you can't actually take the corner in this game.
Right. I wonder how long that's gonna mess with people.
Probably for a while.
With everything being said, Skyblaze has a decent lead, still trying to chase Shadow Ace, so finds a big Blanca ball, diving in with the B slide, and is able to take the first round of game 2.
Rush making that slide go full screen. Yeah.
The rainbow.
I feel like Ace is holding that parry, but I don't think he has a particular plan for it.
No. They put it in the game, it looks cool, why not? And it's like the third, I want to say this is the second time where Ace has been in the corner. Yeah, he's intentionally doing that, like looking for the cross-ups. And this might be the kind of person we're talking about where doesn't know that the corner can't be taken, but is getting the benefit of being able to step up and allow Shadow Blaze to put himself in the corner.
Makes sense.
But Ace with another cross-up to get out of the corner. Big confirm, well, not a big confirm, but a confirm with a splat on the wall. Missed the confirm into the level 1, so this should be kind of big.
Ace is looking at trouble.
I guess another caveat to this jump is since Ace is able to step out, expecting it to be a cross-up, there's so much time. Like, it's not meaty or anything.
Yeah.
So realistically, if Ace wanted to, Ace had bravery, could DP it. Might have to cross-cut specifically, but could take this away.
Yeah, ironically, if he was not trying to block the cross up, he was fine.
And there's one there. And it's one that's looking really good for Skyblaze, who takes a command throw from downtown to get the first round here in game 3. Needs one more.
Ace being a little more poke heavy this time.
You know, I looked up and I was like, what's the meter I see over there? Haven't seen any of the Blancachons out.
Nah.
But, again, with the idea of switching to Blanca in this scenario, I don't think Skyblaze is going to be taking, like, any reservations. Not trying to play, like, with any kind of, like, slow play at all. So
Makes sense.
constantly trying to be an annoyance to Shadow Ace, and it's not looking good at this point.
I say cross up for Ace.
Ooh, okay. Good looks.
I thought that would hit.
It's getting scary in the corner. Just a hail of cross-ups from Ace. Is trying to whittle him down and then diving in with the Condor dive. Just by any means necessary. Doesn't matter if it's pretty or not.
This guy get that done.
Gonna have to get one more though.
Alright. Ooh. Great punish on the blocker ball again.
And that's some adaptation from Ace. I don't know how long it's been since he started doing it, but it's seeing the full screen balls, and instead of trying to parry him, it's just willing to jump. Knows that he has enough time and has enough awareness to see it coming. And on the other end of the spectrum, Skyblaze has been doing nothing but hard balls from full screen. Yup.
Oh, Mr. Command Grab says Ace did a back jump, no punish.
Still a coward. They changed that in 5 for everybody, and he still doesn't believe in it. Here comes Shadowblaze with the push. Was ready for it. Oh, okay, catches the wall this time. And there's Blancachan. Let's go.
Got to confirm and everything.
Empty. Could have been looking for. It would have had to been a level 2 at that point, but either way allows Ace to get to his feet. Tick throw with the level 3. Is it enough?
It's a critical art.
Yeah, but it's not. With a pixel and a prayer.
Alright. Go ahead and install.
Yeah, but if Ace can calm down, which he has, he understands that Skyblaze is really desperate. Was looking for full screen Blanca balls and checks the mid one at that point.
Funny enough, that would have been like the perfect time to start dropping your blocker check because you're already powered up.
Yep.
So now you're gonna harass him for sitting over there.
Right, right.
But nonetheless, Ace was ready for the blocker balls with a great adjustment and goes ahead and gets out of there 2-1.
We started smashing. We started smashing.
How is this bracket moving?
What's up?
How is this bracket moving? It is moving.
Looks like we're gonna have Gerard and Tabak.
Adam, can you disconnect the?
Art,
Go ahead.
I was about to say, I already forgot who Gerard said he switched to.
He's played Blanca.
Yeah, right, right. More Blancas, huh?
Got Tabak and if you don't play him. Tabak usually known for like who's the biggest guy in this game. That's usually his character. But not this time.
Said there's a limit. There's a too big.
I don't think he likes the big characters in this game. As he always said during Street Fighter 4 until Ultra, and then Street Fighter 5, I just need my boy Hugo.
He's lurking back there on the Metro City stage, yeah?
Yeah, he is. Not in the hands of Tabak, though.
Much to his dismay.
Got another old Blinky on the screen. Again, Stout is very strong through his offense. All right, nice slide under the fireball. Gerard already off to a nice start. And that heavy ball is going to like harass a lot of people. You can't really deal with it on block or parry. And even on perfect parry, you only get like marginal punishes just because of the way it bounces up.
Right.
Kind of got to jump and just handle it. Like Ace did in the previous match.
And then,
That's a classic Xbox Live tactic right there.
yeah, we're seeing a wider array of Blanca coming out of Gerard already in this first game.
Right? Not a huge punish, but we got to punish. At least take a bar of drive gauge from the punish counters.
Right, right.
That could have been a big opportunity for Gerard, but doesn't commit to the button.
Yeah, I feel like he's very aware at the range, like paying a lot of attention to the Hado game, but doesn't want to like hang himself just yet. Like we saw a slide in the beginning, we saw the jump at that point there, so just I don't want to say feeling him out because I hate that, but just like trying to get a real sense of timing for when Tabak really wants to start leaning into the Hado game. With all that, carries him through the first round, so it's a good look. But here, dry rush, low forward, start us off.
Using that light ball, the classic tactic, stop the short and throw an opponent, expecting a medium.
Look at tag.
There it is. There's that reaction DP.
And there's a reaction up ball, reacting to you being in my face. And another one. It's the burnout, though.
All right, goes ahead, just ignites that. That can cost you anything, but it doesn't really cost much. But unfortunately, Blocker Chan only moves forward. Doesn't know how to go back. Those are very suspicious Blocker Chan call outs there, but
Yeah.
not really being punished on it too hard.
Ooh.
No, this uses the wrong button.
Homie out here missed the free throw, but still got the layup on the rebound. Good looks.
I've seen a lot of anti-air DPs.
Well, I mean, to be fair for that one, like, Tabak sitting there looking for a hard punch ball that was a light one in his face, but Gerard didn't really. Ooh!
Down to earth, put a big punishment on Tabak for throwing that fireball.
Yeah, and with that, Gerard's able to come back in as well, still keeping on the pressure for another conversion. And there's a throw from Tabak to get out of the corner. Here comes Blanca-chan. Wait a second.
Yeah, since he was installed, that blocker ball set off Blocker-chan, so it covered him. That's the kind of aspect people are going to start thinking about is Blocker get away with punishable stuff if he has the Blocker-chan. That level 3 critical art.
Yeah, huge chunk, but what are we looking at after the fact? Not the best of scenarios to work with, so just a backdash away from Gerard to hold on to the lead. He's got to wait a second, or wants to wait a second to get some of that drive gauge back. Who drive
Art.
gets the lead with that. Dragon Lash with right on top of his head, so doesn't have a crosscut for it in a B slide from downtown. Haven't seen that since the first round.
Hit him on the little tippy of his toes. Ah, misses to confirm. We already got a nice little corner push. Does not fall for the the blocking raw bait.
Hey, you can see the box pushing the issue more now. Ah, yeah, a little too much with that, and he got to roll that one out.
But we saw a little bit there. Gerard's defense is not really stable there.
No, not at all. Just getting picked apart.
He lost half his life just by getting picked apart by jabs and mediums. That's something the Bach might want to try to get a read, kind of feel on.
Got to get in to try to make that happen again, but now Gerard's the one in the driver's street. Catches the slide. Again, like, just trying to control the space with the slide at that point, just not allowing Tabak to step in.
Like, blocker ball, the heavy blocker ball and slide has done a number because you can see it as a box play. A lot of ducking, not wanting to progress into that mid range. Right, nice confirm.
Yeah.
One of the bigger ones we've seen from Tabak.
It was a free shot at this point, but is he ready for this? Well ready for this. It's a second one. See, nobody wants to hang with us. Nobody's willing to go for the three-peat. Ooh, that was kind of scary. A little early on the jump there, but didn't land on it, so not the worst that can happen.
Damage from that install.
I didn't throw the up ball afterwards, but I mean, it's not like I can tell you the frames one way or the other. But wait a second, Gerard's clawing back into this one. Not biting on the first run, didn't get blown up by the step kick, but wasn't looking for the Hado.
Yeah, Tabak's been only using those sparingly, so whenever it happens, Gerard, like in the later stages, have not been as ready for it.
Yeah, I really feel like the whole tempo with that got set in the beginning, like, because of that right there.
Yeah.
Like when Gerard's full screen, like half screen away, it's just really adamant for looking for the fireball. And it's been getting a good payoff, but Tabak doesn't want to try to push the issue anymore. He's just willing to let Gerard have the space at that point. But now he's got to figure out how to get out of the corner. Low forward is a good look. Pushing again. Doesn't have the distance to put the fears on the up ball, so Gerard gets away. Not even a slap on the wrist at that point.
Goes to the Jinrai overhead there.
Was looking for a second tick, though, but Gerard with the tech gets some space.
Tabak's obviously just get me out of here, man. No time, drive, impact.
Pretty sure that was a sharp reaction to the drive rush, so that was a good look, but Tabak not phased. Still charging in, trying to take another tick throw. Can't find anything. Shout of Earth one more time.
Yeah, Tabak is not going for combos or actual frame traps off the drive rush. So it's understandable that Gerard's like specifically.
And the patience paying off Gerard, who was down a game, now threatening to move on to semis. Catches another Dragon Lash with the drive impact. Just has that number dialed in.
Follow-up combo. We got the corner pressure on deck. Not quite stable on the spacing, but still in control.
Stop that. And a nice ball to put Tabak on the back. And Gerard's actually lucky that he didn't get a cross up there. That would have been kind of scary. You see him backing up trying to reestablish the space. Got caught hopping in with the crowd strong.
Tabak just letting him know you can't be too cheeky.
Ooh.
That was a really good backdash.
Right. But didn't really believe in it. You saw him backdash and was still teching after the fact. Just didn't believe that he was out of range for it. Tech again. Going to the top side. Tabak, on the other hand, with another good tech. Neither one of them trying to get thrown to the deck at this point. But Tabak getting to space. This is Gerard trying to fade in. No anti-air, though. So Gerard's able to get the cross up, get out of the corner. Here's a throw. Drive will stop that.
Crossed the bar and got hit.
All right, and installed again with Shout of Earth. So this is looking really scary. Could get your ankles blown up. Gerard trying to find anything, but here's a drive rush low forward. Drop to confirm afterwards. Of all the times to drop the critical art on the table, that has to be the worst.
Yeah. So Florida goes ahead and proceeds in the bracket.
Gonna have him sliding on into semis.
Shadow Ace versus the Minister of Defense.
Oh, geez.
How many times this match is going?
Can we really count? Is this the future of Georgia Street Fighter right here?
That's crazy. This is not what I was expecting to see when I came to a Street Fighter 6 tournament.
Me neither.
Yeah, we just got transported to 2010,
Oh,
2011.
oh, geez. We're going to have to ship Paul across the states again just to get the old funky piece set up for it.
Oh, man.
In the back corner of the Congress Center. Oh, man.
Good times.
Much simpler times, too.
That is true. Just had to plug your game into the CRT. That was it, man.
Didn't have to worry about desyncing pads or anything after the match. Some crazy times. Crazy good
Until we
times.
switched to PS3.
Yeah, that is true. And it seems like ever since we got off the PS3, it's just been getting worse and worse. Like, it's a real bad time now since people are switching to PS5, but not everybody has one. So
Yeah.
you see people, like, literally fighting the console, trying to figure out where to desync their pad, especially since they're supposed to be able to do it on their own now.
Ah.
So that's
I don't know much about the PS5.
I don't know anything about it yet. I literally have not sat down with the system at all. I am going to sit down at some point before I leave and make sure my stick works just to see it myself and get like personal visual confirmation. But I don't imagine I'll see one anytime soon. I won't like actually play on one anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty much an unstoppable force and an unmovable object personified, right? This is what we're getting at this point, right?
You know what? Yeah.
Gonna have to see how well +1 on block can dive into a sea of sonic booms and flash kicks.
Yeah. Can't be +1 on block if you get flash kicked.
That is true. That's gonna be the RPS. Is it a boom or is it a flash kick waiting for you?
Pretty much. Here we go. Alright. Ace using that parry just to keep the sonic boom from draining the drive gauge too much.
Really quiet start.
Ace just getting the wind charges, but minutes to the defense. Start things off with a cross up, but then it just kind of goes back to quiet. It's like that. I guess this is how Ace finds out that taking a corner isn't real. Somebody who's not trying to block the cross up.
But they still constantly holding up forward, being a complete nuisance to the minister. And gets a back throw. And that's going to be a I didn't even notice that was a perfect.
Me neither. I mean, he's been parrying all the booms and he jumped the other one, so that makes sense.
Right.
All right, yeah, just you don't want that to happen, right? Blowing 2 bars just to get put in somebody's parry. Ace is not going to push the issue and punish you for the resource drain, but still don't really like to be in that position.
Yeah, especially with the way the first round went, Ace isn't really going to push the issue at this point. Probably feels really comfortable and, more importantly, really confident at this range.
Like, one thing people got to think about Ace is like he's always known for like wacky, crazy character, but he's actually perfectly content to kind of sit there
Yes.
for a really long time.
He's one of the few people who'll do it. And there's a big flash kick from the Minister. Good call. Saw the pump for the EX Fire coming in, up backed away from it. That's the hefty lead for the Minister defense in the second round. That's 3 stocks for Ace, though.
All right, there you go. Still see drivers.
And a check on the rush from Ace, but still losing a lot of time in the life department. Big flash kick to get the equalizer, 1-1. And how about a change of pace to start things off? Didn't throw the boom, waited for the jump, got the big flash. Already got a third of Aces. It's more like a fifth, but
Yeah.
a good chunk nonetheless.
Awkward air to air, but still Minister defense is in control.
Yeah, we'll gladly take the trade at that point, even though it's a trade that puts him knocked down. It's one that doesn't allow Ace to set the pace of the match. And you start to see that the Minister's really catching on to the timings and the habits of Ace, is jumping over the spire again. And you see Ace trying to change the strategy a little bit, getting closer, confirming into the level 2.
Right. Stocks up and goes to the corner. But not a match for Gallo Spokes.
Just like the good old days, right?
All right, now there goes the drive gauge, but Gase is still in control here.
Oh, and this is a scary spot. Stepping forward, it's kind of amusing. Empty jump from Magal, and there was no anti-air.
Yeah. Ace gets on the board. It's a pretty awkward round.
Especially the end of it there, but that's how it be sometimes.
All right. There's the defense jumping back to in the corner in his zone of Bill, but jumps back in the mid screen. No harm done.
Yeah, I kind of think that the up forward light punch was supposed to be like light punch boom and somehow got a missed input. But
That's possible.
like I say that, but I'm thinking leverless players, so question mark. Ooh, drive rush forward into the stand strong. I'm trying to see if Ace is awake. Ooh, and I can't help but imagine that was supposed to be a flash kick, but another missed input there.
All right, there you go. Hit the counter Aspire. I don't know if that was a setup or what, but Ace is still in control.
Gave up the corner for it, though. And you see the Minister trying to step in, and Ace patiently waiting behind the parry. Minister doesn't want to go too far in. Doesn't have a punish. Needs drive rush behind that, I believe.
Oh, that's a flash kick. That's a challenge.
Gets the lead with it, too. But again, you see them both playing dangerously low in the drive gauge. Minister waiting a bit. Doesn't want to go on the burnout, especially towards the end here. Like, that corner will come so quick. 10 seconds left to work with.
Yeah, Ace still has sometimes the tendency to kind of lean
Ooh.
too heavily to his defensive status, but it's like he's going for it now.
Now,
That's kind of the other side. Like, even when you're losing, you do that, and then you look at the clock, and you start doing panicky stuff like that.
tried to find the spire, got tomahawked over the top of the jump fierce. And
Got that dome cracked in half.
Ooh. Doesn't want anything to do with the Sonic Blade. And I guess a really important thing to say along with the damage is the fact that the Minister defense is in the corner and about to get burnt out. There it is.
Huh?
So drive impact looks really good.
There's the stun. What Ace got?
Ace got the same thing he had in 5, missing free throws. Jeez.
gotta hit the court at night. Go ahead and practice.
That's a huge one to give us. Still has the lead, so it's not the worst, but could have possibly been out of this round already. Whiff punish. Don't know if that was entirely the intent, but still looked nice nonetheless.
This is the defense getting a little poke here and there. But it's going to have to push the issue at some point.
Yeah, you see
unless Ace just does something crazy.
And you see him starting to get really antsy about it. EX Fires is constantly in the air. And Ace just allowing it to happen. Finds the mark. And with an overhead to chip. It wasn't a drive rust overhead, so no confirm from it. Trying to dash in. Gets backed up with an EX boom. Got caught dashing in. Not deep enough, though. And it wasn't a counter hit, so no confirm from that. But a trade with the Spire puts Ace on the board in game 2.
All right, it's nice pairing. Nice pairing. Like like Ace is not gonna give up that space. You can't fireball him off of it.
right?
You gotta press up and take your strong space with Guile there.
I mean, he is really getting it, but the question is when he gets in the corner, what can he do with it? Because, like, Ace is willing to back into the corner, which we're seeing again, but Ace has been able to get out a lot of times. Like, Minister steps in a little too close, gives up a cross up, or just gets, like, caught up with an EX Fire. It's been looking okay so far until I start running my mouth again, but, again, this is not the worst, except for the Fierce. I don't believe that was actually supposed to be a Crouch Fierce, but it was what it was, so
All right,
a little
Ace.
momentum given up. Most importantly, the lead. Got over the flash kick, too.
That cross up is killing the flash kick.
Right. So this is going to be really scary because this does put him burnout. I'm still learning that. But with the burnout, you know Ace is thinking about it. There it is. Drive impact on the wall.
Just gonna go with something simple. This is the end of the round. We gonna go out simple.
What is to do at that point? Only thing you got is holding up for dear life.
Good stuff by Shadow Ace. That sends him into winners finals.
What did you say?
That's right.
What dark timeline are we on, dude? Shadow Ace and Winners Finals. Okay.
Hey man, that happened in 5.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I still don't want to believe it, though.
Well, Bane by came to hunt Ace, but Ace is the top predator today. Got Gerard's Blanca going up against Joel's Cammy. 2 of the CP crew.
I wonder how much they played with each other. Generic filler comments and everything.
These two must be very familiar with one another, you know.
With coming from the same team, they play each other all the time. They must train with each other all the time. Probably live in the same team house. Probably have bunk beds. Could quite possibly be like some other old Georgia team that does not exist in any capacity and has not been in quite some time.
All right. Well, we're going to see if Joel has an instinctive reaction for Blanca. And if Gerard has the spacing for Cammy.
So, just talking like in a historical sense. Excuse me, got a little caught up in the throat. Just talking in a historical sense, I imagine the only thing that Joel's honestly missing from this matchup in his fundamental sense is a fireball.
Yeah.
But having a faster walk speed, a better dash, and a reason to step in might not be an issue to him. Still has the DP, even though it's got to be a little more accurate with it. Gerard able to slip to the backside, but not get too much from it. But the point that I'm making is, I feel like even though Joel's playing a new character, he still has enough of the tools that he's used to that this is not going to look like a completely foreign match to him. Not even in Street Fighter 6. Was able to step under since Gerard was looking for the jump roundhouse, no cross up hitbox there, looking for the up ball, nothing doing. And this is very characteristic of a Joel, is very willing to use the drive gauge to try to keep momentum and try to milk the offense for everything it's worth as long as he holds on to the position. Doesn't need to do anything else.
Just passively lets those drive impacts happening. As for Gerard, he's the one who's losing out on this.
Right. Stand short just to try to make a little bit of space, but Gerard has to get a lot more going. Drive, rush, throw, getting teched. Ooh.
There it is.
He's ducking under and hitting, I think, back strong, I think that was.
Yeah.
Wide DP, just back medium punch.
Oh, man, no way. I forgot about that.
Yeah, big ups to Knowledge wherever he's at.
I'm sure we'll see him soon enough. Get a drive rush confirmed. Doesn't finish it, though. Goes into burnout for a drop combo. Not a good look, but Gerard's still kind of struggling to like land any like real solid hits. We got a command grab.
Right. And that's what Joel just trying to defend the space a little bit. But he's stalling for time. Because, again, like the burnout feels bad, especially since you lose mechanics. But it's not like the worst case as long as you're not on the wall because you don't have to worry about giving up free combos. So he's not too worried about that. Same thing with Gerard. But the thing is, Gerard has to close the distance at some point. Blanca-Chan helping out a little bit, but not enough to take the lead. Okay.
There's that level 3.
Yeah. I got questioned for a second, but Joel had the sharpest of reactions to a Blanca ball, so it's all good.
All right, and that level 3 takes Gerard to the brink of death here.
Ooh, it was trying to look for. I don't know what the notation for that is. I just know that's a plus button that you don't cancel from, and that's a prime suspect for drive impacts.
Yep, and speaking of drive impact, Joel has the counter drive impact. No combo, but Gerard was not ready to block the spiral.
It was a frame trap.
There we go.
You see, trying to defend the space. Good throw. That was a really good throw with the back throw as well. Gets out of the corner as well. And that's the situation that Joel doesn't want to be in. Burnt out in the corner, black blown out by the wall.
That was almost cool.
And it's still not looking good for him at all. If you're a Gerard fan, though, you feeling great about this. Neutral jump roundhouse just to get a little bit of pressure. Gets the spacing for the light punch ball. Gets a throw from it. Still needs a little bit more. Didn't have a charge for the up ball, though. So Joel's about to come out with a little bit of a rebuttal. Gets one throw. But stepping a little too deep. Roundhouse with the confirm into the jab. Gerard gets on the board.
Talk about no meaty setups. He just got hit by Wake Up Roundhouse.
No meaties. Oh, no. We got to dust them all off for Street Fighter 6, man.
Real meaty setups. All right.
Yeah, just jabbing his way in to get the throw. 2 scoops. Does he hang with us, though? He sure don't.
The rule of threes is very real.
Yeah. I told y'all years ago, I'm not crazy. People don't three-peat. That's why I put y'all onto it.
You're actually right. Missing the drive rush. Yeah, Gerard, I guess, like, the consistent issue is just never being quite close enough to, like, make contact with Cammy.
Right.
All right, spiral arrow on block gives Gerard a big shot.
Oh, the Georgia special, you say? Man,
Go ahead and use that shout of earth. Use it a little too early because it doesn't set off Blanca-chan.
Yeah, but the thing that was standing out to me is with all the time Gerard was like going through his head to finally go through that, Joel got a good chunk of his drive gauge back. So with practically a full gauge, 2 cancels to work with if he wanted to, only needs the first one to get the tick throw and is on match point.
All right.
I'm assuming it's match point. Still don't know when they're switching to 3 out of 5.
Yeah, we were in winning semis and Ace's match was in winners 2 out of 3, so we still there.
Right.
All right. So we got some textbook Street Fighter bullying.
Hey.
Until the drive impact comes out, and you can't play Street Fighter no more.
Oh, you can. You can play Street Fighter 6. 6.
That's not real Street Fighter, depending on who you ask. But here we go.
Oh, was looking for the parry a little too early, so doesn't get the perfect one. I like the idea, but too early or not far enough back. However you want to take it.
Up the up ball lands.
I was gonna look at it. No, you got to do something with that. Oh no! Blanca-chan is not your friend. He is a covert spy for the EU.
Joel just watched him do it, knowing full well what's gonna happen. Which is really funny.
Stand strong just to make some space and stepping up and get another one. Serving Gerard up a knuckle sandwich and taking the set 2-0.
Going up to meet Shadow Ace in winners finals. Yeah, one of the big things that's gonna have to like be a mark of a good player is like, can you defend yourself in burnout?
Yes.
Because that's what I'm noticing is most people get really panicky.
Can you defend yourself in burnout? And if you're willing to use your meter like aggressively, can you put yourself in burnout in good spaces? Which is still going to turn into can you defend burnout? Because there was the one time where Joel gave up the cross up and got stunned on the wall. But like I want to say that's probably the only time it's happened to him today.
Yeah.
Like he's been really adamant, really aggressive with his Cammy, constantly stepping up, constantly taking driver rush cancels, pushing people to the wall. And when he gets burnt out, he just uses like 80% of the stage to bide his time before he goes in again.
Yeah. Like burning out on your own initiative is definitely not a bad strategy if you actually plan around it, which Joel has. Like it's obviously not always gonna go your way, but the idea is always there. All right, so we're gonna have Lily versus Cammy.
I'm sitting to think about it. It's like I've been messing around with Lily, but I haven't really thought about this. How much T Hawk she really is. She's like relatively